Actually, this thing worked out pretty good. You can see where the pads are hanging off this ledge. Basically dug out this hill right here, took the dirt and built a ledge down here, and got a pretty level spot. But the teepee's cockeyed, but the pole is straight. Tried to put as much tension on it as we could, because I've been in the wind before when the teepee is not exactly square. But pole was totally vertical and everything staked down pretty tight. Worked out well. So
I woke up in a panic though. As soon as it started raining, like I was asleep, and I woke up and went, camera. I don't remember putting it inside the tent. So in my underwear, I unzipped and I did like 2 loops out here, and then I'm like, come in here and look, because I didn't want to wake Brian up. I come in here and look, and the camera's laying over there. So it was a feeling of relief, but I was in panic mode.
Brad's still a rookie. We got to shake all the newness, all the rookie off of him. There's no way I climbed in here without putting the camera in here first.
Sure, and I figured you did, but
it's crazy to be on this side. So we shot that wolf right up in there yesterday, and that's where we saw our big black bear that we got to 100 yards on and then disappeared. But we don't know where he is. Now we're on this side, we can see the whole mountain. No sign of him yet, but we'll probably pick him up again. The other black bear is way up there, like 2,500 feet above us. But I think he's gonna still be there when we get there later today. We have a good way to shoot across canyon. We should be within 200 or 300 yards of him without getting winded. So I like the setup. It'll be interesting. Hopefully we get that bear. He looks giant. He looks like a slob. So we got a big black one on this side and a big black one on the other side of the canyon. But the runoff from the snow melt has made this river a little treacherous to cross. It's a little better in the mornings, but after a hot day of sunshine, it just starts raising by the minute. So evenings are not a good time to try to get across it.
At Garmin.Henry. Buenos dias, senor.
What's got going on in here?
Oh, I had some protein-packed oatmeal with blueberries and cream. And Ryan had some of his own freeze-dried Lamper's Farm Fresh eggs over there. As he would.
I did.
How many cups of coffee? He's had to have at least 2.
No, it's just the first cup.
Yeah, but here's what we do every day. Yeah, I use his leftover beans.
Yeah, I've been a little slow on the uptake this morning.
Yeah, I'm just taking her easy, Brian. How about you? I saw you doing a tick check this morning outside there. Yeah.
In full nudity.
Well, actually, Ryan saw it.
I was like, oh.
I chose to not unzip the tent.
Oh yeah, you'll see my muscular thighs and buttocks. Usually, my muscular back.
I didn't see that at all.
In all white.
That's weird. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. We've seen
frame.
The all white. Yes.
I saw
Some hair.
White light coming from up there, and I turned away.
We thought with the rain, we thought there was lightning and thunder, but no.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I had one kind of going into the back of my neck.
Oh, actually munching down?
Yeah. He didn't quite get in there.
I picked 4 off the back of my neck in the tent. They love the back of necks.
Brad had one going into his thigh.
Oh, nice. Really?
Yeah.
Munching down?
Yeah, I was trying to. Yeah, they didn't brush off. They had a good grip.
How'd your excavating process kind of finish up?
Oh, dude, we slept like it was legit.
Did you wake up to the rain?
I woke up to Brad getting up and running around trying to find the camera that he thought he left outside, but I brought inside. Served him right.
Hashtag rookie.
Oh, that would have been no good.
Ryan's been working on cleaning his arms. I don't know if you noticed. He was licking them this morning.
So Ryan, give us a little update on the plan today.
Well, the update is we're on the same ridge that we need to shoot straight up and gain a lot of elevation, at least a couple thousand feet, maybe more. We got a big patch of timber over here where we saw that gigantor yesterday evening. We're gonna hopefully get right across from him so we get a good vantage looking into where he was, and we're gonna perch up and spend the day.
Feet look good. They look ready to rock.
Yeah, thanks.
They look clean and dainty.
Yeah, thanks. Well,
Mine are
not all of us have hobbit feet, so some of us that have normal human feet.
My feet are freaking nature.
Yeah,
That's true, isn't it?
that's true.
Yeah, so we're right where we need to be. This is the spine right here. We just need to go up here about 2,500 feet, and we should be able to look across and see that slob, and hopefully get our first bear of the trip. But so far, been a good trip. Seen 2 big bears. Just need to get in rifle range. A lot of people kind of freak out about having a floorless shelter. They always think that you're going to get wet, or what do you do if water rolls underneath? It's kind of like the common question people ask. They're always like, and I guess, when I first started using a floorless shelter, before I had used one, that was kind of something that crossed my mind as well. But the reality is, if you pitch your tent in an area where it's not like a bowl where water collects, most of the time that water just stays outside the tent. So even on this steep slope where we're coming down this ridge line, Brad and I dug out this little dugout here so our heads could go up there, and I found that works best when you chop into the hill and you slide the dirt down. We stacked a bunch of rocks and logs. On a steep slope like this, the water's going to run downhill when it lands, but it's also a knife ridge, so water's going to flow to the sides. There's really no way water's going to collect enough right here and roll under the tent, just because of the type of ridge we're on. But we did cut into the bank here, and I find that works best. If you cut into the bank and you slide the dirt forward, we stacked a pile of rocks and logs right here, and then we just throw the dirt right on top of these logs and sticks, and you end up with a nice level sleeping area. It's worth the time it takes to dig a sleeping area out, because I've spent many a night where I'm like, we'll just sleep on the slope. It just doesn't work. You don't sleep well. You wake up the next day wrecked, and we're pushing so hard, you need a good night's rest. So it took us about a half hour to dig this out, build these ledges. We were able to put these logs right in here, right through here. We got this the rocks piled in, the dirt, and built this ledge out, and it worked really well. After we dug this out, the water, we got a pretty good rain last night around 4 a.m. That water was hitting, sliding down, and never rolled underneath. It just isn't a thing where water rolls underneath a shelter. We both have some pretty good sized tarps that we throw down, ground cloths, and then we sleep on top of that. Slept like a rock, worked really well. The slope of this is gnarly because the center of the teepee is back here, but because it's on a hill, the pole, you still want the pole to be vertical no matter what. You don't want it to be like this. That's when you have some trouble. So having the pole like this, but the teepee's down here and the pole goes kind of like that. Teepee's kind of like this because it's on a hill, but the pole is still vertical. Got it tight enough that it held the wind, because it was whipping last night, and teepee did fine. On a hunt like this, Ryan and I were discussing yesterday, we didn't realize it was going to be this steep. I mean, there really is no flat spots anywhere. So far, we've not been able to find a flat spot hardly anywhere. We kicked out beds yesterday up on that mountain and just slept outside in the deer beds and didn't use a teepee at all. If we have good weather, we'll probably not set up the shelter whenever possible and just sleep under the stars. But last night we knew there was going to be a 70% chance of rain, so we made sure to get in position so we could get out of the rain. But it worked out great. This little setup is pretty cool.
this from down here. We're gonna go hang this wolf hide, but should probably eyeball this basin up here.
Yeah, make sure.
See what we got.
That bear was right here in front of us, right on this bench. We're looking to get some water and stash our bear in this little hole, or stash our wolf in this little hole.
We're gonna hit this ridge, be about to the top, and hopefully where we saw that bear yesterday. We're just gonna spend the day on him looking. Hopefully he feeds back out where he was and try to put a stock on him. I think it's a pretty good plan. We're stomping up the hill, trying to get above this bear. He just keeps moving up, and they can go pretty quick. He's just going, stopping all the way up here. So we're gonna keep crushing up here and try to get above him. That wind is just steady up, and hopefully he settles into that nice green patch up there. But he's moving pretty good. Just a slob. Every time I look over there, looks like he's like panting his way up the hill like we are. Size him up a little bit more, but he looks like he's got a big old noggin on him. was unexpected. The storm came out of nowhere.
What'd you think of that bear? We got a chance to.
We got to 300 and got set up. Felt like I made a perfect shot. And he just rolled off a couple of small cliffs and piled up right there in the bottom. It wasn't the bear that we saw coming up here, but it's okay. I'm happy with him. Looks like a pretty good jet black too. We watched that other one just cruise up and over, and you just never know if you're gonna catch up to that bear, but I think he was over. We took the shot on this bear. So I think next up is we're gonna stay parked on this and try to get that other one as well. But we got a bear.
How crazy is it that there's 2 bears
Right there
in the same
little
spot? It happens to us a lot.
And I looked at that spot yesterday so many times.
Yeah.
Never saw him until the evening. Well, this gets a little snarly in here. But we're close. It must be 30, 40 yards from him.
Sock.
Huh?
It sucks.
Yeah. There's blood right here. I don't know, but there's blood coming right down this. Yeah. It's right here. Dang, it really splattered all the way. All the way over there.
I thought you might try behind that.
This is dicey. I couldn't have fallen in a worse spot. Oh man, we're gonna have to do some wrestling to get him out of here. Wow. I can't really tell what's what. It's just a lot of black mass here. His head is just buried under this log.
Oh, he's got a big head.
He does.
He looks like a big head.
He does. I'm seeing his ear, and I'm thinking that's his neck.
I told you when I looked at him, the first thing I thought was he had a giant head.
When I first saw him, he was looking straight on, right? And he looked like he had just a melon head.
Yeah.
But
his body wasn't huge.
But then you look up the hill and look at the other bear, and you're like, it's about half the size. But this is a tank. This is a tank.
Well,
good thing we got someone who does CrossFit that can wrangle this bear out of this hole.
This is rough, dude.
Because we need to get him down there. Oh boy. All right. What is... Wow. Well, we hit hard. Kind of sprayed 20 feet.
Wild, man.
I wonder, there's no way we're getting him up. He's got nice little round ears. Look at that.
He's a big one, dude.
Oh, man.
I told you, his head looks square.
I think he's bigger than I thought he was.
Yeah, he had a move to him.
He's definitely...
His belly wasn't touching the ground like that.
he's got a different body to him, but...
Right.
Get some shimmy shake to him, so... Great bear.
That's crazy.
I love it when deer and elk or anything falls under trees.
Your favorite, huh?
Not really. They're just so hard to break free.
Dude, he's big. He ain't playing, dude. That thing is huge.
This is his neck.
Look at his butt. Ryan, he's big. He's a puffball. All right, let me quit walking at him.
Size of that thing.
Heck yeah, dude.
Just a tank. Just a huge pumpkin head on this bear. Huge.
Why do you think he was, you were thinking he might have been smaller, but
So
it's so tough to judge.
this one had me fooled. I think because we'd been watching just over this hump here another giant, and it had one of those long bodies, more like polar bear but fat. This one has just a little different body, but his head is just giant. Absolute giant. Just a different look to him. I mean, this is really all you can hope for in a mature bear, mature old boar. That other bear is just ridiculous. But, so happy with this one. Man. Just a tank. Oh, look at that fat head. Gosh, he's got some cheeks on him.
Another good bear, Ryan.
Tank. Like it. I think we found a pretty good spot here. Our new little area panned out. So far we've seen 3 really good bears. And one of those is ridiculous. This one's pretty ridiculous. This is pretty impressive. Gosh. Love it. Well, we've been sitting in this spot here, breaking down this bear. We got piles of meat, 4 quarters, back straps, tenderloins, and skinned it out, caped it out, and we're gonna load it up. We're gonna stay up on the mountain, probably haul this bear over, kind of get it hung up, set camp, and try to get Brian this giant bear that's still sitting here. We're hoping he comes back in, but we just don't know. We assume he probably will. Seems to like this spot, but we gotta try for him. He's just huge.
All right, thanks for watching this week's video. We hope you really liked it. We are stoked on episode 1. Broke 100,000 views in less than a week, and tons of comments. And all those comments help our video get out and be pushed through those YouTube algorithms. And so we really appreciate all that.
The mystical algorithms.
Yeah, the mystical YouTube algorithms. Also, it's been awesome because all the comments were able to...
cool.
Yeah, and we said we'd only pick one. It's hard to choose somebody out of that. We tried to just make it random. But regardless, we're trying to read every single one, but we're about 1,000 behind. It's been pretty crazy, but we just want to say thank you for all of that support. Before we get into those giveaways, Brent, what did you think of this video?
I get why Lampers swished and shot that other bear, but that one bear, the way it was walking, I think he was the boss. I think that was the king of the hill up there.
Yeah. For sure. That other bear was on another level.
It's hard for me to judge from the footage because you film them from such different distances and stuff. But that one bear, the way he's just walking up the hill, you remember that part where he grabs that bush? Like he looks like he goes out of his way, swoops that bush, throws it under his leg.
I have a whole bunch of video. He went out of his way to straddle like 10 bushes where he's marking his territory. Like he goes out of his way and he rubs his junk across the trees and he pees all over it and marks his territory. He's definitely the dominant boar. It was we're getting closer to the rut for the bears that time of year. So there's a little bit of that going on.
Marking some territory.
But definitely the bear was the boss. He's a brute. So stay tuned because we're still trying to find that bear. Next episodes, keep your eyes peeled. But, he's just a giant. The bear that Lampers takes is also a stud. Big shoulders, thick body, big old booty. He just is a different bear, not in the same class, but a big mature boar. Big old head on him. And we were going to try to shoot that bear and then go kill the other bear.
That was the original plan.
That's the plan.
But that bear just kept trucking.
Yeah, Ryan shoots that bear, and I was watching the bigger bear the whole time. Like, the video is not very good, so it's not in the film. But I would go from Ryan's bear to the other bear, Ryan's bear to the other bear, and it's too shaky and stuff. But he did end up getting right to the crest where the saddle is, and ironically, Adam Weatherby and Brad Hunt are further down the ridge, and they actually see the bear as he's almost through the saddle, and they film it from far, far away down the mountain where we were camped that morning from the teepees, and they film it because they were holding back at the teepees looking for the other bear that was cross canyon, while Ryan and I went off after the big polar bear brute toward the top. So, and they film him actually go over the crest. We took our eyes off him while Ryan shot his bear, and then we looked back, but we assumed he went over. So the goal was to either sit in that little valley and wait for him to come back, because bears will come in and out of those basins. They like to be in them. But we're pretty sure he caught a wind drift or something, because he just made his way out. He was fat and breathing heavy and stuff, but he was like,
he got some extra motivation.
He was like, I smelled something I didn't like. That's how he was behaving. And we were racing him to the top, and we were going to kill him. I don't think he was going to get away from us, but for the other bear we ran into instead. And so we took that bear, and the rain just dumped. And so we ran, slipped under the tarp, waited it out. And then when we popped out and the rain was gone, the bear had gone over the crest, and we decided we should take care of Ryan's bear, and then kind of stay out of that canyon as much as possible, and hopefully he was just going to come right back. We weren't sure why he moseyed out, for sure. In hindsight, thinking that he smelled us, though. When we put the wolf pelt up in the rocks there under the waterfall, I think our wind might have drifted up.
Yeah.
Because he was so much lower than he was the day before. Like, he was near the top the day before. But just as we start making our way up the hill, we look across and he's 570 yards away, I think it was, right there.
Yeah.
Like at our level. So that leads us to believe he probably caught our wind. Even though the wind was kind of blowing down a lot, it just takes a little drift when he's that close to where the waterfall was, just above it. That's our theory. So that was a really cool, but it's interesting to see him mark all of those trees. And we showed you in the film where they do that, where they straddle those bushes and they mark those trees. So that was pretty cool. And I've never seen a bear, I've never watched a bear do it to the extent that this dude did. Everywhere he could find a bush, he would walk over and straddle it, go out of his way to just engulf these bushes and rub his stuff across them.
I don't know if he can. I think it's kind of like with elk. I don't think he can help himself from doing it. I think they pee on the same trees. They have trees that that's just a tree that I pee on every time. That's his route. And so if you find one of those trees, you'll see like leaves are cracked or the leaves are turned brown from the urine or something like that. There'll be hair in it. The bark will be stained on one side heavily. Yeah. Like, there's serious signs where you can see. And if you find that one, you can find they're normally within sight of each other, within like 30 to 40 yards of each other. And you can find 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. You can find the perimeter where this bear walks continuously.
Well, it's interesting. The other thing that I don't think people realize, and we show a little clip of it, is how much camera gear I'm carrying and how hard it is, because I got a camera rig in one hand. I got the earpieces in so I can monitor the audio. And then I got one trekking pole or two in the same hand trying to get through that stuff while Lampers is moseying along with 2 sticks, climbing the hill, looking smooth. And I'm back there
2 sticks
with 20 pounds of gear. But I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm hoping you like this one like you did the first one. Let us know what you think in the comments below. And if you do that, leave us a comment. We're going to pick another winner next Sunday. And this time, we're going to give away a Stealthy Hunter rifle cover. And Ryan has a ton of those in stock. I just saw on his Instagram. All new colors.
Color.
In stock. So if you do want a Stealthy Hunter rifle cover, there's a link below in the description field of this video you're watching right now. And you can go down there and click that and get one. Or leave a comment, and we're going to randomly select someone to win one. And maybe it's you. So thanks for all the support on that. And last week we said if you leave a comment, we'd give you a pair of trekking poles and gaiters from Peaks Equipment. Brent, you picked somebody.
Yes, the winner for the YouTube side of this giveaway is Joe Hawkins. Joe says, thank you so much for continuing to make these awesome videos. Of all the YouTube videos out there, your camera work, detail, and storytelling is absolutely incredible. You guys are on a whole other level. They just keep getting better. Absolute work of art. Keep it up, guys. Your grit in bringing this all together is not in vain. You are masters at your craft. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, that was very, very complimentary.
No, I genuinely laughed at that. Brian, do you feel like a master at your craft?
I feel like I'm a drowning man that's barely keeping my head above water.
That's about 100%. I was like, I don't feel like a master. I feel like I'm drowning.
But I feel like I give it all. I work hard. I work hard on the mountain. I work hard when I get home. I work hard to get better at what I do. And the only frustration I have is I just wish I could be even faster. But I feel like our turnaround in 40 it's more like an 80-hour work week with both of us, being able to turn around an edit like this or the one last week. It takes a lot of skill, and I feel like we've honed that. So I'm proud of what we do. And I do want to push the envelope. I want to get that much further ahead. I'd love to be releasing 2 films a week. So, by the way, we did mention on the podcast the other day, anybody that has experience using Final Cut Pro, that might be in the market for contracting out some edits, or at least partial edits for us. We really need to bring somebody on that can throw a little video together, at least get us 50% or 80% there, and then we can polish up the rest. But I can lay it out. So anybody out there interested, leave us a comment in the YouTubes, and we'll get back to you. So that's cool. Yeah. I appreciate that. So he just needs to send us, Joe Hawkins, just send us a DM or reach out to us at Gritty Bowman what is it? GrittyBowman@GrittyBowman.com.
Yeah, and that is MEN.
Email us. MEN. So there's that. And then we picked a winner for the Graxall boot dryers for sharing a comment on the gram. And that was Jess Martin, the Great North Woods. It looks like her husband, Wild Country Comics, was, what do you have, a surgery?
Shoulder tendon and bicep. How did you do that?
That hurts. But thank you, Jess, for sharing. And you've won some boot dryers, so hopefully they help you out up in the Great North Woods. And for anybody interested in those Graxall boot dryers, there's a link below. Check it out. They're cool. They're great for backpacking, and especially when you've got a hot tent like a Seek Outside teepee and stove combo or something like that. They're awesome. Huge thanks to all of you guys who are sharing our films on your Instagram pages. We wouldn't be able to get the word out like we do without your support, so we really appreciate that. This time, we're going to give away Mountain Ops Battleground Merino hoodie. I wear it all the time. I use it all the time. I love that Merino hoodie. And we're going to give one of those away to someone who shares this film on their Instagram. And finally, we're giving away an Initial Ascent backpack like the one I wore in this film. We're going to give that away to some lucky person who has joined our Gritty Stealthy community on locals.com. And for those that don't know, we have created a community over there on that platform. And if you become a supporter over there, if you sign up for a year, it's $5.88 a month because you get 1 month free. Or you can sign up and it's $7 a month. And over there, our supporters are getting access to exclusive film content, exclusive podcasts, and now live streaming. We did our first live stream
just the other day. And we're basically just engaging directly with everyone who's in the community, setting up live streams, having discussions, answering questions. It's a pretty cool community we're trying to build over there. It's kind of like a private Facebook group in a way. Like you can share and post and engage with all the different members. And then, like I said, there's exclusive film and podcast content over there. And we'll continue. You can join and you still have access to like almost everything.
Yeah, you can just become a member, which isn't the same as a supporter. And you can view like 90% of what gets posted, but 10% is exclusive. So you can just go and become a member. And to do that, you just go to gritty.locals.com and type that in your browser, gritty.locals.com. It brings you right to the landing page, and then you can join. And if you don't want to pay anything or be a financial contributor, just become a member, and you can see a lot of what's going on over there. We got thousands of people signed up just watching, and then we have a big group of people that are now supporting us financially, and that's huge for us, by the way. It's funny, I've been posting a lot to social media, my opinion on different gear items and things that we use, and people come out of the woodworks pissed off.
How dare you have an opinion?
And some of it is there's like, you sell out, you, and it's like, no, I can do what I want. I'm independent, and it's because of people like you that have joined up and become supporters. You're funding us directly, and so we are able to basically have non-exclusive agreements with partners, and we can run and really use whatever we feel like and give our opinion on it. And I enjoy testing and trying things from all the different manufacturers that are out there, and it's been great. So to me, it's a win-win, but we couldn't do it without direct support. So that's been huge. So if you want to continue to support what we do, and again, there's exclusive films over there that you've never seen before, like Paley, after she shot her buck with Lampers, there's that out there. And there's some other films I'm not going to tell you about unless you go and check them out. But there's some cool films out there, a couple series out there, and we're going to continue to put exclusive film out there, and I think you're gonna like that. So become a member or a supporter if you want to. I think that's it, Brent. Do we get it all?
Yeah, that's everything.
It's a little long.
Yeah.
If you stuck with us throughout this whole thing, thank you. We really appreciate it. And look forward to bringing you next week's film. Hope you enjoy that one too. And stay gritty.